Guys, happy Tuesday, last Tuesday of the year. How exciting. Thanks for all your work from yesterday. It was great and I can't wait to see more work today. Sorry, just rearranging my sunglasses because yeah, let's have a look. Let's bubblify myself. Bubble. Okay, so today is Myths and Legends lesson 21. 3 more to go. And it's Tuesday the 14th of July 2020. You know what you'll need: pen or pencil, paper, and lesson 21 off the school website. Make sure you got it already. I'm sure you already have though. So the LI today, you'll be able to understand the myth of Scylla and Charybdis. It's the same as yesterday, so just add the date from yesterday because we're going to carry on learning about them. So this is a recap on the Odyssey. So it asks you to underline the monsters which Odysseus has already faced on his journey. For those he hasn't faced, write down the name of the hero who has faced them. So you've got the Minotaur, who faced them, Scylla, the Hydra, Medusa, the Sirens, and Polyphemus. So some might be maybe Hercules, etc. And I want you to choose 3 adjectives which best describe Odysseus. And explain why they describe him by using evidence from the Odyssey so far. So he might be ingenious, or boastful, or arrogant, intelligent, courageous, foolhardy, proud, or disrespectful. Some of those are good adjectives and some of those are negative adjectives. I want to see your writing that you send me, okay guys? So, I want you to answer the following questions, not in full sentences though. Who is Scylla? What does Scylla look like? What happens to ships which sail past Scylla? And what is Charybdis? Pause the video so you can write down your answers for me. Okay, so Scylla is a legendary monster who lives on one side of a narrow channel of water, opposite her counterpart, Charybdis. Scylla had 6 feet, 12 feet, and 6 heads on long snaky legs. Each head had a triple row of shark-like teeth. What happens to the ships when they sail past Scylla? Well, Scylla snatches and carries off 6 men, 1 with each of her heads. Wow. And Charybdis was a whirlpool which sucks the dark waters down, spews them up, and swallows ships down in its wild and whirling tread. Well done if you did alright on that. So 4 words to recap on: withered, cavern, protrude, and insolent. Go and tell your imaginary pet unicorn. Okay, that's today. Go and tell your imaginary pet unicorn. What do those words mean? Withered is dry and shriveled, and it's an adjective. Cavern is a large cave or chamber in a cave, a noun. Protrude, extend beyond or above a surface. And verb, and that's a verb. Insolent is showing a rude and arrogant lack of respect, and that's an adjective as well. Okay, let's go on to today's vocabulary. So you've got glimpse, and glimpse is a momentary or partial view, so like a quick view or something. It's a noun, but it can also be a verb. Impending, and that's about to happen, like it's imminent, it's going to happen soon. That's a verb. Catastrophe, an event. I type quite quickly, and sometimes that is not good for me. So an event causing great and usually sudden damage or suffering, a disaster. That's a noun. Anguish, severe mental or physical pain or suffering, which is a noun, but it can also be a verb. Pitiable, and that's like deserving pity. Oh, I'm really sorry, oh, I pity you, and that's an adjective. Marshalled, assemble and arrange a group of people, especially troops, in order. So get them into order. And that's a verb. Often events are marshalled for the car park. Tempestuous, and that's characterised by strong and turbulent or conflicting emotions. Can also mean very stormy, and that's an adjective. So we'll get on with today's activity. Remember, you'll find the document on the website. I won't have it on the website because it's a little bit early. Let me get this. There we go. So today's lesson is the 14th of July, I do believe. Yes, perfect. So, we had no sooner put the sirens behind us than I saw the black of a raging storm gathering and heard thunder. We sailed on, but I could not catch a glimpse of Scylla anywhere, though I searched the cliffs and every part until my eyes were tired. Thus we sailed up the straits in terror, for on one side we had Scylla, the six-headed sea monster, and on the other the awful Charybdis whirlpool, sucking down the salt water in a dreadful way, stirring to the depths and seething like a cauldron, bubbling away with anger. The whole interior vortex exposed, the rocks echoing her fearful roar. My men turned pale with terror, and now, while all eyes were on the impending catastrophe of Charybdis, Scylla descended in the gloom, and snatched out of my ship 6 of the strongest men. I saw their arms and legs dangling high in the air above my head. Odysseus, they called out to me in their anguish, but Scylla had taken my comrades, struggling up to the rocks. You can see a little bit there, can't you? There she devoured them. That means eat them quickly, remember. They shrieked and stretching out their hands, their last desperate agonies. In all I have gone through on the seas, I have never had to witness a more pitiable sight than this. I felt really sorry for them. Poseidon, lord of the earthquake, spied us. The sight of us sailing over the seas enraged him, made him angry. He marshalled the clouds and, seizing his trident, stirred up the sea. He roused stormy blasts of every wind that blows and covered the waters with cloud. The gale force east wind, the tornado south wind, the tempestuous north and the wicked west clashed together, rolling great waves in the tempest. My exhausted spirit trembled in anguish. A mountainous wave, advancing with awesome speed, crashed down on us from above and whirled my ship around. I was torn from it, and the warring winds joined in one tremendous blow, which snapped the mast in two and flung the sail into the sea. Plunged under water, I could not quickly fight my way up against the downrush of that almighty wave, but at last I reached the air and spat out the bitter sea water that had poured down my throat. Exhausted though I was, I did not forget my ship, but struck out after it through the waves, scrambled up and tried to avoid the finality of death. The heavy seas thrust me with the current this way and that. As I was turning over the last of my intelligence in my heart and mind, Poseidon, the earth shaker, sent me another monstrous wave, grim and menacing. It curled above my head and then hurtled down and scattered my ship again. Poseidon cursed me and prophesied, "So much for you. You blinded my son, Polyphemus the Cyclops." Remember, we learned about Polyphemus yesterday. And boasted so that everyone would know your name. Now you make your miserable way across the sea, and even if you make your homeland, you will find trouble in your home. With this, Poseidon lashed his chariot of seahorses and drove to his underwater palace. For 2 nights and 2 days, man of many misfortunes, I was driven by the heavy seas time and time again. I thought I was doomed, but with guidance from Athena I regained my ship. Activity A. I'm going to read these events and want to write them in the correct order, or put the number next to them. So Poseidon curses Odysseus. Scylla devours 6 of Odysseus' men. Odysseus scours the landscape searching for Scylla and Charybdis. A storm gathers, and Odysseus is flung from his ship. Odysseus and his men sail past Charybdis. Okay, I'm going to go on to the answers in a moment. Activity B. You're going to fill in the gaps, basically. There's some words here. Okay. So, let me put it like that. It is the home of Scylla, a dreadful and repulsive creature. She has necks, each ending in a grisly head with triple rows of fangs set thick and close and darkly menacing death. Her heads protrude from the fearful abyss. No crew can boast that they have ever sailed their ship past Scylla. For from every vessel she snatches and carries off 6 men. One carries off 6 men, one with each of her. Below the other of the rocks lies dreaded Charybdis, a which sucks the dark waters down, spews them up, and ships down in its wild and whirling dread. Heaven keep you from Charybdis, for once the whirlpool has you, not even the earth shaker could save you from destruction then. No, you must hug wrong, and with all speed drive your ship through, since it is far better to lose 6 men than your whole crew. Pause the video until you've filled in the gaps, guys. And finally, activity C. When Odysseus faces dilemma, does he listen to Circe's advice, heed? In the space below, explain Odysseus' decision and summarise, so give a synopsis of what happens when Poseidon realises Odysseus has survived. Okay, remember to send this to me. I'm going to go through A and B. I should have the answers ready. So A, 1 is the storm gathers. 2, Odysseus scours the landscape, searching for Scylla and Charybdis. 3, Odysseus and his men sail past Charybdis. 4, Scylla devours 6 of Odysseus' men. 5, Odysseus is flung from his ship. And finally 6, Poseidon curses Odysseus. We're going to go on to activity B. If you haven't done activity B, do pause the video to make sure you've done it. So, I have filled in the gaps, as you can see it's in red, but I will read the whole passage to you again. It is the home of Scylla, a dreadful and repulsive creature. She has 6 necks, each ending in a grisly head with triple rows of fangs set thick and close and darkly menacing death. Her heads protrude from the fearful abyss. No crew can boast that they have ever sailed their ship past Scylla unscathed, for from every vessel she snatches and carries out 6 men, 1 with each of her heads. Below the other of the rocks lies dreaded Charybdis, a whirlpool which sucks the dark waters down, spews them up, and swallows ships down in its wild and whirling dread. Heaven keep you from Charybdis, for once the whirlpool has you, not even Poseidon, the earth shaker, could save you from destruction then. No, you must hug Scylla's rock, and with all your speed drive your ship through, since it is far better to lose 6 men than your whole crew. Well, I don't know if you got those right. Don't forget to send your work to yr5@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Your task today is we've kind of scaled back, so you've got your recap and retrieval questions, your glossary, updating that, and then the activities and the booklets. Have a lovely day. I will see you tomorrow for Wednesday. How exciting. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.